Welcome back to another trading video. In the last video, we talked about turning $1,000 into $7,000 with Thoughtcoin. But in this video, we're going to talk about Walrus or WAL, and this is going to be my personal Walrus trading strategy and my personal Walrus price prediction. It's a massive opportunity, but there are some key things we really need to keep in mind because this is not the same project as Thoughtcoin. This is completely different. So starting out, what are the two key things to keep in mind here compared to the other project? Really enabled us to extract a lot of money, turning $1,000 into $7,000 in 30 days. And what can we expect here? The first key difference is the fully diluted valuation. Not all of the tokens are in circulation, or well, whatever is going on, we don't have the full value. There is gonna be selling pressure. That's just how this works, and that's fine. Especially since if it's a steady unlock schedule, it could be very easy to trade, and that's how we could extract a lot of value from this project. The second thing to really keep in mind here is the 24-hour volume, and we see an increase of 86%, but this is just not good enough. It's safe to say that being on spot 84 here and being on $143 million, it's like 1/4 what Thoughtcoin is right now, which is a big deal because we need the volume to be high because it shows interest in the project, and there's a direct correlation between interest in the project and the growth of the project. Before we start analyzing the project itself, we need to have a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin will decide the future for the meme coins and for the altcoins as well. That's just how this plays out. This is how it's been every single bull run. So what is going on with Bitcoin? Bitcoin is in a solid downtrend. We can see it on the trend line. We can see it on my custom indicator. It's not looking too good. And if you look all the way back here of the history of Bitcoin, it usually dips a little bit further down than you normally would think. I think this will play out here within 15 days. We would get a breakout or breakdown. The chance of it breaking out in the first 50% of those days, like the first 7-8 days, I think it's actually quite high, and it's going to be affected by the global market, S&P 500 and all of that, but that's a video for another day. Looking at Walrus itself here, it's an interesting project. It pumped in the beginning, but that's due to all the listing shenanigans. We don't care about that. We're here to trade trends. We have gotten some solid trends so far, actually. I think the trends itself, they are looking pretty solid, and the initial mini trend that we got right here would actually give you a loss. So that's kind of a funny start here. You would actually be getting a 12% loss roughly, which is, it's pretty interesting. If you trade the projects on the next trend flip, that's actually something to keep in mind with the strategy if you want to trade the first flip or not. It's in the middle of a trend. It's just that the indicator has not had enough data yet to sample the average rates of the trading volumes. It can't really do its thing. So it's more safe to trade on the next trend flip. Usually from the middle of the candles here, and we just go to the next one, to the next flip. And right here, we have a guaranteed 8 to 9%. And if you use our stop loss strategy, basically moving the stop loss into profit and moving it along the profit along the way, I think it's safe to say you would easily be able to grab 15% here. There's a lot of moments where it's above 15%, all the way up to 25%, but realistically between 15 to 20% profits here. With 2x leverage, that would be a 30% gains. So far on the first trade here, 30% gains. If you're a greedy boy and entered here in the beginning, you would have lost like 10-15%, so that could also happen. There's a big chance we're pretty greedy, so that's kind of the way it plays out sometimes. So let's say you do a negative 15% here. We want to be really realistic here and not paint a fake scenario. Minus 15% in the beginning, 30% win on that. And then let's look at the short here, right here on the flip in the middle of the candle, going down into the next flip. That would give us a guaranteed 8 to 9%. Actually not too bad. Using the stop loss strategy and securing profits, going all the way down here. I think again, 15% is not unreasonable. Yeah. I think 15%. Yeah, another 15%. 30% gains with 2x leverage. 30% gains on the short. And now we are in a long position. This could be a glorious long position, but we need to keep the things in mind that we talked about before. It's been struggling to break out. It's not been going that well for the project. It has tokens to unlock, has selling pressure. The 24-hour volume is not that big. It doesn't mean that the project cannot explode suddenly. If it got a Binance listing or whatever, it could absolutely explode. And that's why we want to be in on the trends, because the trends could also signify why insiders buying. The indicator takes a lot of things into account, especially very sensitive to averages, basically changes in averages. And the more people that are active in the project, the easier it is to see when insiders do and change things. Looking at some support and resistance levels in order to do some price predictions, at $0.38 we have one support and resistance level. This is more of a resistance level. It's at 0.6, but I do see also here 0.56 for some reason. We have a lot of resistance as well. Do we have any resistance down here? Yes. Support and resistance level at the 0.5 level, of course. So how could this play out here? What are my predictions? We're right on the support and resistance level. This will be deciding if the project breaks out or not. If it breaks out, we could see it go for 0.56. And if it punches through that, it will straight go for 0.6. And if it fails on 0.6, we get another opportunity to short the project. So no matter how this plays out, there are great opportunities ahead. We just need to capitalize on them. And of course, I will keep you guys up to date with my trades. If you want to see them live, you can do that over on the Patreon. If you want the analysis, just follow me on YouTube and feel free to leave a like. It really supports me a lot. I hope you all make massive gains, and I'll see you guys next time.